There's another universe. Please make some noise. Give me a
Hey spine providers, if you're returning, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Terria, proud owner of Elevations Adult Day Services and founder of a group training called Building Profitable Adult Day Programs, where I teach spine providers like you step by step how to build a profitable adult day program by following the home and community-based service guidelines. On this channel, I'm here to share my real life experiences of building my adult day programs. So today I want to talk about the 4 phases that I went through when starting my adult day program. If you're wondering what those phases are, and if you thought about starting your own adult day program, click the subscribe button below because this channel is for you. So let's get into it. Phase number 1. Phase number 1 was the preparation and application process. Some of the things that I went through when going through the preparation and application process was forming my LLC and securing my EIN, obtaining my liability insurance, which is required for background checks. Also, I had to go through background checks, and any new employee that was going to be in my starting phase had to go through a background check. I had to secure a facility, which means going through securing the lease and signing the lease, zoning approval, fire inspection approval. I had to gather supporting documents that went along with my application. So that included policy and procedures, that included floor plans, that included my program design and staffing plans. Next, I had to submit my initial licensing application to the state agency. Okay, so one of the tips I want to point out when you're going through phase number 1 is that an incomplete application or any missing documentations are the number 1 reasons that will get your application delayed. Okay, so double check everything before you submit it. Double check the application, have somebody else check the application for you, because all your I's need to be dotted and all your T's need to be crossed. They'll give you a list of documentations that are required to be submitted with your application. So make sure you have a checklist and you check off all those supporting documents that need to be attached to your application before submitting your application. Phase number 2, licensing review process. Some of the things that needed to be done during the licensing review process was I was assigned a license specialist that was going to review my application. So that was the person that I was communicating directly with. I also received like any requests for corrections, any additional documentations that they needed because of something that I filled out in the application. So they will give you a list of documentations that need to be submitted with your application. However, sometimes depending on your business entity or structure, they may discover that additional documentation is needed. So don't be surprised if they ask for additional documentation that wasn't on that original checklist that you received. And then don't be surprised if there's corrections, but they will reach out to you if something needs to be corrected. So then I needed to schedule and pass my pre-licensing inspection, where they come out to your building and they make sure it's passing fire permitting, sanitation, and any health regulations have all been passed. And then lastly, there was an orientation or a training session that I had to complete as a new provider. So it can go in any one of these orders. Sometimes you'll have to complete the orientation and training session before they come out to do the pre-licensing inspection, or it could go in this order to a T. One tip that I do want to provide in phase number 2 is respond quickly to emails or inspection notes. The faster you reply, the faster you will move forward to the approval process. So if they're telling you that something needs to be corrected, get it corrected as soon as you can. Once that application has been submitted, constantly be checking your emails to make sure you're not receiving any information from them. Constantly be checking your spam to make sure their email didn't go in your spam. You need to make sure you respond as quickly as possible and you're abreast on when those emails are being sent out, because you don't want any delays in the process. Phase number 3, licensing, approval, and certificate issue. So once you meet all the requirements, your license will be approved and issued. You can now operate legally, but you cannot bill Medicaid. Okay, so during phase 3 process, you're legally operated, you've been approved by licensing, which is your state agency that will approve you. However, you are not Medicaid approved, you're not Medicaid certified, so you can't bill Medicaid just yet. So one tip that I have to give you all in phase number 3 is post your license visibly in your building and keep digital copies of all your credentials. So once you get that license in, you want to make sure it's laminated, framed, and posted somewhere in your facility. Okay, and then keep a copy on your desktop or on your computer. Okay, number 4, this is where you become a Medicaid provider. So number 4 was all about Medicaid provider enrollment. So after licensing, after I was approved through the state, I applied to be a Medicaid provider. Okay, I needed to get my Medicaid provider number. I completed all the Medicaid orientations and site validation. I had to wait for the approval to be added to the approval authorization system, but I had to go through that process of getting approved through Medicaid, okay? Do not forget this step. A lot of providers think their only step is just getting licensed. However, what's the point of being licensed if you can't bill for your services that's been rendered? That revenue is one of the important things of why you went into business. So you want to make sure you're paid for all the services that you have already rendered. You cannot do that until you become a Medicaid provider. Okay. One of the pro tips that I do want to share, providers who have already had their policies generated, their forms, fire and zoning approval clearance has already been completed. The licensing process goes much, much faster, so just keep that in mind. If you're starting a program, it's not just about opening your doors. It's about building a structure, a system, and strategies from day one, so everything can run as timely as possible. Because remember, every delay, it's money that's being spent out for you, money that's not being generated, money that you're possibly spending out of pocket from your working capital. So just make sure you set up a solid foundation, systems and strategies from the very beginning. Okay, so if this video resonated with you, like it and drop a comment below telling me what was the one tip that was your light bulb moment. If you want to be the first one to know when I drop my next video, subscribe. And if you're interested in getting on the wait list for my 20-week group training, click the link in the video description. This training is your opportunity to work with me directly and learn step-by-step how to build a profitable adult day program. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.